Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Puppy Portrait. A couple of things about this before we get into the puzzle. So, embarrassingly, I actually made an entirely different thumbnail, the bunny. And it's only when I was actually writing in the title, Puppy Portrait, that I realized that I made a mistake. So after working quite a bit, on this bunny, I ended up having to sort of just chuck it all out because there was no way I was going to feature a puzzle about Curiosity Constructor's stuffed puppy and put a bunny thumbnail. That was just far too embarrassing. Doesn't bode well for my soul for today's puzzle. Now, if the name Curiosity Constructor sounds familiar to you, it should be. We featured Curiosity Constructor's first puzzle not too long ago, actually. And just a reminder, he is one of the 7-year-old sons of Megan 033, who's a phenomenal constructor, and it seems to be like a family business now, with Curiosity Constructor now going after his second puzzle, and his other son already has created some as well that we've also featured on this channel. So, of course, in the picture, this is sort of my attempt. I'm imagining what Curiosity Constructor has. Hopefully a nice loving home with Megan 033 and a nice stuffy puppy that we're trying to put a portrait together of. Anyway, let's take a look at today's puzzle and today's rule sets. And sorry about the bunny mistake. So, Puppy Portrait by Curiosity Constructor. Obviously, here's the puppy. I think you can almost forgive me for thinking it was a bunny. But clearly a puppy construction with nice floppy ears, the eyes, the nose, I'm guessing the arms. But what a phenomenal picture and diagram. So essentially, Curiosity actually did the vast majority of this. So he drew pretty much everything else. And to make sure that it does have a unique solve, Megan added kind of these few cages there at the bottom. Right, rules-wise, we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We know that one. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper must have a difference of at least 5. So if this cell here was a 2, and I mean to use that, 2, these would have to be 7, 8, or 9 to make sure that they are 5 or more away. If that was an 8, this would have to be 1, 2, or 3 to be 5 or more away. And of course, you're familiar with this. For most of you, you've got this familiar pattern of high digits 6, 7, 8, 9, low digits 1, 2, 3, 4, repeated as they oscillate between them as you go around the German whisper line. Notice I did not include the digit 5 in any of this. You cannot have a 5 on a German whisper line. I am sure you can determine why that is the case. Digits along a magenta renban form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cell renban here. If that was a 2, this would have to be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to make sure that we've actually got 6 consecutive digits. So if you imagine that this is indeed hang on, let me try that again, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would be fine. If I remove the 6 and add a 7, that breaks it because they're no longer consecutive. There's clearly a gap. What else do we have? The digits along each arrow must sum to the digit in the circled cell. So essentially, these two cells are an arrow. They have a value. Once you add them up, they will come up to a number that you need to be able to put in this circle. Same for this particular one. That's 3, 4. That would be 7. That's an example, obviously, for both of these. Then we have crop key dots and killer cages. So a black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2 to 1 ratio. If that was a 2, this would have to be 1 or 4. So essentially one cell is double the other. If, actually that was a bad example. If that was the 2, this would have to be 1 or 3 on the white dot to make sure that they are consecutive. Last but not least, we've got digits in a cage do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left. If this is here a 7 and this was a 2, this would have to be a 5 because these two cells have to add up to 7. These 4 cells have to add up 15, 17, and so on and so forth. So, if you want to take a look at this puppy portrait, not bunny. Link will be in the description down below, as usual, for you to play along. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. So a couple of these are clearly given. 3, 5. No other way for us to complete a single cell cage. 17 and 2 cells is also forced. This can only be 8 or 9. A triplet of black Kropki dots. This is going to be 2, 4. If you're familiar with the black Kropki dots, cells that can have a double in essence from digits 1 to 9, they are either 1, 2, 4, or 8, or they are 3 or 6, and that's it. 5, 7, and 9 do not have doubles that would work. If you need 3 unique digits, well, it can't be 3, 6. It's got to be from 1, 2, 4, 8, and essentially the center digit would have to be from 2 or 4. It does restrict this cell to 1, 3, or 5, but I'll be honest, that's kind of on the edge of the type of thing that I would actually feel comfortable pencil marking. 5 means this is 1 or 6, or 3, 4, again, not what I kind of pencil mark. 15 and 4 cells, that's 5 degrees of freedom, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10. 25 and 5 cells, that's 5 degrees of freedom again. 6, 7, 8, 9 is 30, and this is 25. So these are not the places to look. 6-cell renban may be the place, because none of them could be a 3. 3 actually sees all of them, either by Sudoku, well, always by Sudoku. They're either in the same box, same column, or same row. So these cannot be from 3, cannot include 3. As a result, it has to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're the only 6 cells that can be consecutive that do not include 3. This is not my normal style, writing all of these in. Right, next step. We know that these oscillate. We don't necessarily know what the oscillation is just yet. We just know that these are going to be purple. Don't know if that's low or high just yet. And I know that these are going to be orange. So the polarity of purple and the polarity of orange are consistent. I just don't know what's low and what's high yet. Notice in column 3, we've got 4 of orange, so we know that we've used all the oranges. This could be interesting. So purple is not low. I mean, first off, this is not 5. In fact, none of these are 5, because that's 5. But if this is 4, as in low, it means purple is low. Tricky bit is, where do I place 1 and 2? I can see one of them is in here. These will end up being 6, 7, 8, 9, because I've essentially placed the 4 for the renban, and I've broken the puzzle. So this is not a 4, therefore this is high digits. Purples, I'm going to color them red. Oranges, I'm going to color them blue. Sorry for ruining your bunny with this color code curiosity. I'll probably tidy up at the end. This actually can be a 6 with a double 1. Let me think about this. So none of these are 4. I know that because I have 4 low digits identified. So these couldn't be the 4. I do need a 4 in here. That's not the 4. That would require a double 9. That's not the 4. That would require a double 9. This is the only 4 that is allowed in here on this German whisper line. That's the 9. These are now 1, 2s. This is at least 7 or 8. It can't be 9, and it can't be 6 because these two are different. I'm not making huge headway here, am I? 3. What is this cell? This is at least a 7. Because essentially these two cells can't be the same. So this is at least 7, 8, or 9. So one of these is a 6. Hey, this can still be a 6 with a double 1. I don't see the problem or challenge with that. Same thing here. This is 7 or 8. Can't be 6 with a double 1. Can't be 9. I guess I'm just going to keep going. This cell here. How about better? 8, 9, 6, 7. Forces a 1, because essentially there is definitely a 6 in here. One of these has to be a 1. The other one has to be a 2, because essentially there's a 7 and there's a 6. Whichever one is a 6 has a double 1. The other one would be a 7. That can only be a 2 because the other one would be a 1. So that's much better. 1 in here gives me 2 there. Removes this as a possibility as a 6. 6 is now definitely on one of these two cells. So none of these now can be 6s. Not too sure. And 2, what is this cell? Also not sure. I did read in some of the comments that people sort of, it is a 1-star difficulty rated puzzle. How about Sleuth 2, looking at a 4, looking at a 2, 8, removing a 1 from here. How about some basic Sleuth? 8 means that this is a 7, therefore this is another 1, 2. This is a 3, that's an 8. This is at least an 8 now. Right, let's do some of that. What I wanted to say, before I thought I should actually solve the puzzle, is people did say it's a little bit harder than 1-star, maybe more like 1.5. This is not 7 or 8, and it can't be a 6 with double 1. That's forced. That's a 9. This is not 9, not 9, not 9. A lot of not 9s. Doesn't necessarily mean the 9 has to be here on the renban. This can still be a 9. This is fairly open. It's not, it's like 1, 2, 3, or 4 is anything. 17 maybe? Let's have a think about this. In fact, 17 is useful because there's a double 9 in here, forcing a 9 inside the 17. Making this the other two cells that are remaining having to add up to 8. And this is 3, 5. So this is 3, 5, 9. Which makes this 1... Come on, Sleuth. 6, 7. Which removes the 1 from here. That's 2. That's 1. Remember the double 1 thing that we had? That gives me the 6, the 7, the 2. This is now not 1 or 2. It is 3 or 4, which makes this not a 7 either, if that's a minimum of 3. So 8 and 9 are removed. This is a 6, 7 pair. None of these now could be 7s, and they weren't already 6s. Don't need the corner pencil marks. That too gives me a 1 here. There may be more things I can do, but let's just see what I can do with this. Don't know. Is the 25... Maybe the 15 cage is now useful. Maybe. Eight. Not 8s. 4, 5, 9. The only place for an 8 now? No. I can still have 8 in one of two places. So no, this is not true. I am going to have to sort of take a look at some of these. Feels like the next step. I don't really think there is anything else for me to do. You can see that 1 is in one of two places because of 1s and 1. Now, can this be a 1? Technically, yes. 9, 7, 8. No. Look at this. Oh, hang on. This can still be a 9. I need to resolve these. I need to resolve these so I can actually just make some progress. 8, 9 means there was never a 9 in here anyway. That was a bad pencil marking. This one means that's not a 1. Essentially in here I have 3, 5, and 6, 7. I just need more digits. 1, 1, 1. Yeah? Means it's inside the 7 cage. That's 1, 6. No ones inside the 15 cage now. This is surely interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5 would get me to 14. So I think this is now forced. 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes, because there's no ones. So 2, not in any of these. That's the 2. This is 3, 4, 6. 3 is not in these two cells. That's the 3. That's 4, 6. This is now 8 and 5. 5 and 8. That 8 in here gives me this 8, gives me this 5. Maybe. I mean, this was helpful because I couldn't place the 1. If I can't have a 9 in here, then this would be interesting. And that would have to be a 9. So I can just eliminate it from the entirety of this cage. Can I do anything like that? Let's have a think. 4, 6 in here means this is another 4, 6. It's not a 4, it's a 6. That's a 4, that's a 6. I should do more Sudoku, I'm guessing. 2's are here. 2, 7, 9 are the remaining digits. 2 and 7, that's a 9. This is 2, 7. I know the rest of this, so I should be able to fill it in. I have 5, 8, 5, 6, 8. I can't have 5, 6, 8. I made a mistake. Sorry. 1, 6. Looking at 4, looking at 6. This now is a 7. That's much better. 2, 6, and 9 is what's left. This is 6 or 9. The 2 is definitely on this end. In fact, the 6 in here means that's the 6. That's the 2, 9. Right, let's try again now. 5, 8, 9. That's so much better. The 8, 9 would be here. The 5, 8 would be there. If it's an 8, this would have to be 1. It's not 8. That's 5. To get to 8 or 9, this would have to be 3 or 4. Seemingly both are allowed right now. We know what these cells are. Well, we know that this is another 8, 9. We know that these are 3, 4, and 7. Looks like it. Not a 7. In here I have essentially another 3, 4, another 8, 9, and a 5. The challenge again is that 9 is still allowed in here. Come on, I wasn't expecting that. Hang on, have I resolved this yet? 6, 7. No. I really wasn't expecting that this renban, which was the first thing that we were really able to do, to still be going. Am I just missing something obvious, like an 8 looking in here? Forcing, well, you've got now a 4, 5 pair. That's a 9, that's an 8. That was there. Who knows how long? I'm sure some of you will let me know in the comments. That's now a 9. 3, 5 pair. We'll come back. No 9s in a 25 cage now for sure. That will be interesting because 5, 6, 7, 8 would be 5, 6, 7, 8 would be 26. So this is 4, 6, 7, 8 forced. No 6s. That's a 6. I guess that was never really going to be the 1. Well, it could have been with 7, 8, 9. 7 means the 7 in here. So 4, 6, 7, 8. This is 7, 8. It's not 4. That's the 4. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's a 4. This is a known digit 4. This 6, 7 not resolved still. Right, surely the 9 is now also forced. No. So it's not 4, 5. It's not 3, 6. Interesting. It isn't actually forced. So essentially, I have 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 left. A 7, 8 in here means that this is a 1, 2 up there. Essentially, I have 2 cells that add up to 9, and then another 2 cells that add up to 9. That 4 gave me a 3, not a 3. Essentially, now I have another 8, 9, and a 5. This is 5 or 8. This could be interesting. If it's 5, it's not 2, 3. And that 1 tells me it will be 1. Hang on. That's a pencil mark that I wanted. 1, 4. If it's 8, what would it be? Well, it's not 3, 5. It's not 1, 7. It'll be 2, 6. And that 6 means that would be the 6. And that would be the 2. 1, 6 pair. Interesting. 2, 4, 3, 4. Can I force any of this? Maybe. If I look hard enough. I have essentially another 8, 9 somewhere in here. For this 8, 9. And then 2, 3, 4, 7. The only thing I know is the 4 is not in here, so this would be 2, 3, or 7. What am I missing? I haven't really looked at the 18 cage. Maybe I should take a look at that briefly. At the same time, my Sudoku has been like atrocious. So maybe I'm missing some that I just need to clean up. Always a possibility. Always a possibility. 2, 8. 2 means that's a 4, which now forces this to be a 5. That's 1, that's 5. That's not a 5, that's another 8, 9 to complete the row. That 1 gave me a 6 in here. That 4 gave me a 3, gave me an 8, gave me a 9. Yes, it's always Sudoku. That 4 gave me a 7, gave me a 4. I've got a 1, I've got a 9, I've got an 8, I've got a 9. I have a 2, I have a 5. That 3 also gave me 5 and 3. Is that 1, 7? No. 1, 6? No. 6, 7? Also no. Okay. Up here, I definitely have a 5 now inside the 18 cage. Plus 1 of 6, 7. That 6, 7 is not there. That's the 5. This is 6, 7 to complete the column. These are pretty high digits, if I think about it. 5 and 6, for example, is already at 11. I would need to put 7 in here. And with 5 and 6 gone, that would have to be 3, 4, which is possible. So I could do 3 and 4. That looks fine. The other possibility, of course, is this is 5, 7. That would be 12, and I need to get to 6. And 1, 5 is not available. It'll be 2, 4, which isn't possible because these are double 2s. So this is forced. 3, 4, 6. Was it 6? I think it was. Yeah, 11, 7. 7, 1, 6. I can finish this up. 3? No. 1, 1. And 7. Have I done anything with these 2 9s? No. Yes, ages ago. Just, don't tell anyone about this Sudoku. I mean, just... If I think a puppy is a bunny, I'm allowed to make these mistakes. 5. Up here, then I have 1, 2, and 8. And this is not the 1, 2. That's the 8. This is another 1, 2. In fact, it's just 2, 1. Remember, these had to add up to 9. So that's 8. That's 7. This is 2, 7. I have an order. That's 7. That's 2. That 7 gave me 6, 7. That's now a 6. Right, we are on the finish. And if I've not made any mistakes, that's an 8. It's a lovely puzzle, Curiosity. Slightly clumsy Sudoku at points. Like I said, if I make a mistake and made a puppy, yeah, you can't really see it now with all of the blue digits. Anyhow, hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video. And see you back for the next one. Well, hope to see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.